Welcome back to my shop. I am actually sitting outside. Beautiful day, perfect day to be sanding outside, and that's what I'm going to do. I am going to be sanding on my Aspen, and I will be talking as long as I can until the chainsaw next door takes off. The guy's cutting trees down over there, and he's gonna, starting next Monday or Tuesday, he's gonna be over here. I got two big trees in my backyard that need to come down. They're rotting, and it's kind of scary because they're big, and if they ever fell on the house, it would destroy it. So both of them are gonna be coming down. So I'm hoping that I can get some. Well, come back, try it again. I can hear it. There it goes. Well, I'm going to keep talking while it's going on. I'm hoping when he trims out or cuts down, I got a big maple and then a flowering pear. I'm hoping, and I've kind of looked up in the trees and looked around, that I can get some walking sticks, especially out of the maple. What I do if I get sticks that are green, I don't know, everybody knows about the scented wax, which you can put on a plate, and it melts and fragrant comes off of it. Well, I use that when I get sticks that have their bark left on them. I'll get that plate, get it going, and then I'll take and dunk the ends in that wax, both ends, and then I set them up on the side out here and let them dry, and hopefully I can get I'd love to get 8-10 of them out of that. And the blooming pear, flowering pear, whatever you call it, I've never done anything with any of that wood. So pear is usually a very pretty wood. So anyway, I'm going to see if I can get something off of that too, and try making walking sticks out of that. But that won't be until next year sometime. They usually try to let them sit for about a year, and then peel the bark off of them, and hopefully they won't split. If I don't, I've noticed if I don't wax the ends, boy, the ends just split wide open, and I've ruined a lot of really nice maple sticks because I didn't wax the ends. But anyway, I'm going to set the camera up and then point it down with the stick, and I'm going to do some sanding and try to figure out, here we go, try to figure out what I'm going to do with it. Okay? Talk to you in a bit. Okay, that was the 180. Now I'm going to go over it with a 220. I'm not going to video that. Be the same thing as going over it with a 180. But going over it with a 220. And then I will use the sponges to check everything out, make sure everything's good. So we'll come back to you when all the sanding is done. Alrighty, see you. Well, I have decided what I am going to put on the next walking stick. A little bit bigger around, so it took me a lot of thinking. But I am going to do a Celtic, what they call a Celtic knot design. This will wrap around almost completely around the walking stick. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to put two of these. I'm going to put another one on it down here, so they're about that long. And then I'm going to take my compass and I'm going to finish out these into circles. So it's just an arc on each end. And of course, these here will stop right where the arc is. So that's what I'm going to do. It's going to be a little bit of carving with a knife, and with I have a real small chisel set. Very unbelievably sharp. Use that, probably the Dremel. So I'll be using probably three different types of equipment to finish this, but this is what I come up with. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to trace the two sections out on the tracing paper with the finish, wrap it around the walking stick, trace it out, and we'll be ready to roll. So when I get it traced out, I'll get back with you. Alrighty? Okay, thank you. Well, I have to say that was one of the trickiest and I don't know, scariest, I guess. I got it on. There's a lot of other blue on there that's going to have to be taken off, sanded. Don't like it, but the way I had to flip this thing around and hold on to it and stuff, I'm lucky it's not totally blue. But we'll work with it and see what happens. I think it'll be all right. We'll see once I start carving on it what happens. Hopefully. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I am going to outline the Celtic design, and I'm going to use this. It's a fine diamond, and it comes to a point on the edges, and I'm going to outline, go down the lines with this. Hopefully that's what I've tried. I tried one here and it looks like it's going to work pretty good. So I'm going to work on all the crosses this way and then turn the stick and work on all the crosses this way. So I'm going to be flipping the stick around a little bit, but I'm going to try. I'm going to try to get it in. I'm not going to probably do the whole video, the whole thing, but we'll see how it goes. Alrighty, let's get at it. I have tried several ways to do it. Carving knife. I even tried a box cutter. Tool in my Dremel. It didn't work too bad, but believe it or not, the best way I found was my little chisel to make the stop cuts. So I am going to put the camera down and start doing this, but it's going to be a slow process, and I'm probably going to have to put some padding on the palm of my hand, because my chisel's really sharp, and it goes in just fine in this Aspen, but it's still going to be a lot of pushing. So let me get the camera set up and we'll get at it. Okay, I got all the stop cuts put in it, and now I got to start with probably both the chisel and my carving knife to start taking all the waste out. So, but I'm going to rest my hand and my wrist, because that was a lot of pressure. And remember, grab your cane, your hiking stick, your walking stick, whatever you use, and get out there, because nature is beautiful.